TTS is brought to you in part by Tunnel to Towers. Donate $11 a month to Tunnel to Towers at t2t.org. By FanDuel, right now, new FanDuel customers can get $150 in bonus bets if your $5 bet wins. And by Hyundai, it's your journey. Own every mile in a brand new Hyundai. Some of the greats that have donned the uniforms of the Tigers and the Yankees. The Iron Horse finishes it off. Yankees 22-13, the Tigers 18-15. Yankees trying for the sweep. We'll take a look at the Tigers starting lineup, brought to you by TikTok. Pitch better than the 1-3. Believe me, the opponent's batting average against is .239. Now let's check out the Nissan pitcher scatter report, Paul.
Well, he's in the top 5, tied for 5th in the American League with 42 innings. So he has a chance to go deep into the game for Aaron Boone, and he is throwing strikes. Only walks 4.1% of the batters he's faced, which is 7th overall in the American League. You know, you can break him down. He's a fastball pitcher. Over 80% of his pitches are cutter, sinker, or fastball.
Ibanez is ready. Cortez is ready. And let's do it here in the Bronx. First pitch up and away, and we're underway. Edwin Jimenez, the home plate umpire. Jim Wolf at first. Alan Porter at second. Ryan Blakeney is over at third.
I think Blakeney might hear a few things from the fans today down at third base.
He might. He might. Threw a guy out who'd never been thrown out. Little league, high school, college, minors. And he threw out Aaron Judge yesterday for what seemed like a very benign comment with his back to the umpire. So now Derek Jeter has something over Aaron Judge. Jeter was never thrown out of a game. You know the last Yankee captain thrown out of a game?
Well, I mean, it's got to be Mattingly, though.
Mattingly on a check swing with Tim McClellan.
Tim McClellan was a good umpire, too.
3-2. As Ibanez goes down on strikes. Let's check out the defense presented by Defender, Verdugo, Judge, and Soto. That's the outfield. Infield, Birdie, Volpe, Torres, and Oswaldo Cabrera. His first career start at first base. They sit down Anthony Rizzo against the lefty, give him a little bit of a blow. Jose Trevino behind the plate. Stanton is the DH. Here's Matt Vierling. And a strike.
Wow. A little off the plate there, Michael.
Nestor Cortez likes it. That had more of the plate. 0-2. One and two. Two and two. Now you can see this Tiger team. They're going to be a tough opponent for anybody because they have good pitching and a good bullpen. Oswaldo makes the play for out number 2, but somewhere along the line they're going to have to hit a little. The keys to the game brought to you by your local Kia dealers.
Well, home field, and it's been a home field advantage. Clinching the series yesterday, the Yankees are 4-0 with one draw against the Oakland A's, 2-2 at home. It's so important to play at home. Stacking righties today. Birdie back in the lineup at third base. Cabrera moving to first. Rizzo, first day off after playing 35 in a row. In 21 2/3, Michael. The bullpen has been amazing. 21 2/3 innings without an earned run.
It's amazing. One and one on Canna.
Yeah, Mike, I was talking to people out in the hall before the game, and I agree with you 100% about their pitching And that, you know, you got Torkelson, got a couple guys that they're just waiting. If they become anything offensively, you know, they're going to be able to compete in that division. You know, the Central Division, not one of the stronger divisions in baseball.
Well, they need Torkelson to hit, and they need Baez to hit.
Yeah.
Otherwise, they might have some issues. Here's the 1-2. Still 1-2. Hey, game time weather presented by Bigelow, the official hot tea of the Yankees. 51. Feels a little bit cooler. Chance of rain, 100%, Paul.
Oh, wait a minute here. All right, we already saw a couple sprinkles. So does that count?
Yes, it counts.
We're done then.
Yes. I think that what they've done with the weather the way it is, and the Tigers only come in this once, they're not off tomorrow. The Yankees are. That they're committed to playing through rain, other than if it's a downpour. And if you're the Tigers, you certainly don't want to, you know, waste Skubal.
No.
2-2 on countup. Let's take a look at the home plate umpire. He's neutral, leaning toward pitcher friendly. More high strikes, fewer inside strikes on lefty batters. Second major league season, so we really don't know. Swing and a miss.
If we don't know, we just go neutral.
Yeah, we go neutral. And the Tigers go down in order. Yankees coming to bat.
Yankees. Leading off is Anthony Volpe. Batting second is Juan Soto. Batting third is Aaron Judge. Batting fourth is Giancarlo Stanton.
Batting fifth is Alex Verdugo.
Batting sixth is Gleyber Torres. And batting seventh is John Birdie.
Batting eighth is Jose Trevino. Batting ninth is Oswaldo Cabrera.
Let's go Yankees!
Good job with the kids from Enwell, New York. Let's assume that they're rooting for this game to end well for the Yankees. That's the starting lineup brought to you by TikTok. Good job. Anthony Volpe will start it off. Yankees 22-13. They'll face Tarek Skubal. 6 starts, 4-0, 1.72. All the numbers are great. Let's check out the Nissan pitcher scouting report.
Well, he is top shelf. I mean, there's just no doubt about it. You pick a category, he's basically at the top of every pitching stat out there. Everything is working. All 5 of his hitters are hitting 200 or less. The one thing is,
high fly ball, right field. Veerling back, still back on the track. He'll make the play in front of the screen for the first out.
Well, the one thing, I mean, the last time we met, August 29th last year in Detroit, he pitched well, only gave up 3 earned runs, but that was his last loss. Since then, in 11 starts, a 1.35 ERA. He is one of the game's best.
You got me nervous because you ended on one thing and then you let everybody guess.
You know what? There was a chance for a see ya right there. It almost went to the wall. How dare I ever break that up, huh?
Good job by you.
Wow. I almost forgot my point. I was so nervous.
1-1. Now, when there was a really good pitcher on the mound that you guys were facing, did you dread it, or you said, hey, this is a good challenge, I'm looking forward to this?
You know, it's really funny because there are guys that are great pitchers that you still see well, and you have somewhat good success. And then there's guys that you dread. I mean, obviously, when Clemens was in Boston, wasn't good. Pedro in Boston, not good. Those are just tough matchups.
Tiger defense by Defender. Tigers outfield defense, 13 defensive runs saved, and that is #1 in Major League Baseball. Here's Aaron Judge. Now, Judge is a kind soul. He's not like me. You think he wants to smoke a line drive toward third base at Ryan Blakeney?
Just hook one foul off a kneecap.
Even after the game, he was talking to Meredith. He said, you know, these guys have a hard job. He wouldn't say anything terrible.
Yeah, you know, and he takes a lot of pride about his demeanor, and it just it kind of made me sick yesterday that happened, because you know, it became a story, and it's not anything. Aaron Judge takes a lot of pride in how he you know, presents himself on the field.
High drive, right field, veering back, track, wall, see ya. Home run Judge. 1-0 Yanks.
Look, Blakely's going to high-five him going around third base. Aaron Judge, 7th of the year, 20th RBI. Michael, on that last strikeout, I said Aaron Judge is going to deep to right field yesterday.
I remember that.
Well, it was just one pitch later, that's all.
And there is a strike to Stanton.
Well, we talked about it in the pregame, Michael. Aaron Judge starting to heat up a little bit, and when he's able to stay back and shoot him to right field, he really doesn't have many holes at the plate. As big as he is, a lot of times pitchers want to try to pitch you in where you can't extend your long arms. He's able to get to the ball inside, and when he uses right field here in Yankee Stadium, you see what he can do.
It's kind of funny watching Skubal. He didn't even turn his head. He knew off this bat, gone. Swing and a miss. Stanton down on strikes, but the Yankees get on the board first. The captain, ejected from yesterday's game, ejects the baseball out of the ballpark in this game. Customers can get $150 in bonus bets if your $5 bet wins. Just download the FanDuel Sportsbook app today. Big cut by Riley Green. Fouls it back, 0-1. So the second inning underway. So they move Green to the cleanup spot. Leading the American League with a 2.1 WAR. Wins above replacement. And that's the best in this league.
Yeah, he's really shown a lot this series. I mean, you look at it. He's only 23 years old and missed a year. It's a year and a half with some bad injuries. So, really breaking into becoming a great player for Detroit.
5th overall pick in the first round in 2019 out of Haggerty High School in Oviedo, Florida. He said something a lot of hitters don't admit. He said, I love walks. Walks are awesome.
Walks do a lot. If they tell you a lot as a hitter, too. Tell you you're seeing the ball well. You're not swinging the pitches outside the strike zone. And it also, if you're worried about, producing a high average, walks are very, very important. And it also gets a lot of things going on the bases.
He said the more that I don't chase, the more they'll come back in the zone, hopefully try to challenge me. Big cut again, foul back. Swing and a miss, chased a pitch high. Green down on strikes. Stream every out-of-market game live or on demand. Blackout and other restrictions apply. Visit MLB.tv for details.
You look at that Riley Green, their hottest hitter, and as many tricks as we talk about the sidearm delivery, the weird things that Nestor will do. I mean, he's a fastball pitcher, and that was strike 3 on a fastball up out of the strike zone.
Oh, and 2 on Jake Rogers, catcher batting 5th. As you can see, he uses the fastball a lot. And there it was right there. It doesn't have to be 97.
No, and you could tell by this swing. It's Coney calls it the eye test. I mean, when you're getting swing and misses on pitches up in the strike zone, there's a little hop on that fastball where hitters are under it or just by you.
4 strikeouts in an inning and 2/3. Here's Torkelson. 0-1. One and two. Nestor is on the mound. He's ready, but Torkelson called his timeout. Grounded foul. Two and two. Yankees starting pitchers have a 3.48 collective ERA, which is 8th in the majors, and their bullpen is number 1. Still 2 and 2 on Torkelson.
Oh, tongue twister. 2 and 2 on Torkelson.
You nailed it.
I don't want to repeat myself.
Left field, Verdugo back, still back, running back. He's going to have to play it off the wall. So Torkelson with a 2-out double.
Judge is looking over, saying nothing you could do here. A little cutter just kind of hung right there, right where Torkelson's looking. He's probably in the back of his mind saying, man, I wish I would have got that one out of the ballpark. Good news is Nestor has 2 outs. Man on second. Good pitcher out of this inning.
And a strike to Colt Keith.
He's tricking me back there, Mike. It's kind of late call, delayed strike call every once in a while.
Edwin?
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm. Boy, Cortez working quickly and working ahead. Swing and a miss. Nestor Cortez strikes out 3. 5 in 2 innings. We go to the bottom of the second. 1-0 Yanks. Against the Astros here at the stadium. Coverage begins at 6 with Audi batting practice today in the pregame. Then first pitch is scheduled for 7:05. Remember, if you get Yes on TV, then you get the Yes app for free. Alex Verdugo will lead off the bottom of the second inning against Tarek Skubal. Skubal was out from August 2022 to July of 2023 because of left flexor tendon surgery. And he came back from that surgery as one of the best pitchers in baseball. Foul away.
Yeah, Mike, on the scouting report, I was going to tell you, all 5 of his pitches. I mean, this is when you break down. He's a good fastball pitcher. No, 143, changeup 200, sinker 176, slider 133, and the knuckle curve no hits so far this year. So everything he has is good.
Well, let's cook up something special with Hexclad. Join the hybrid revolution at hexclad.com since September 2023. ERA of 1.35. The other numbers are just extraordinary. Soft ground ball, going to be a very tough play. Torkelson fields, flips. Got him. Verdugo does not think that he's out.
What do you think, Michael?
I can never tell when they slide.
Well, we'll be able to tell right here. Well, we can't see the ball, so we won't be able to tell. I don't know. That hand looked like it beat the foot, though.
I mean, if you believe the old tie goes to the runner, it looks like it was a tie, but they're not going to challenge.
Yeah, that's really close, and I can see how Verdugo going in there can feel like he's safe.
Now, where do you fall on the school of sliding in the first base?
Hey, you don't get there any faster. The only thing you can do is cause injury, and you know, it's just a natural reaction to some people. Never was to me. To just launch yourself ahead just didn't make sense. Yeah, I think he got him
By a spike.
That spike looked like it hit the top of the bag. You're right.
Well, I don't know how much truth there is to this. I've always heard people say, yep, that spike might have caught the bag before the hand, that if it got you there faster, then people that run the 100-yard dash would dive head first over the last
you see,
yeah.
Usain Bolt going head first to the finish line.
Because once you hit the ground like that, you're slowing yourself down.
Yeah.
Base hit, left field for Torres.
Another guy that you would love to see get going in the Yankee lineup. You're just kind of waiting for him to turn things around a little bit. He's behind the ball. Yesterday, he really was out front on his front foot. You know, he's fooled here. See, everything's kind of opened up. But by being behind the baseball gives him a chance to line it into left field.
I could watch the rain fall on Super Shot all day.
It's like fairy dust coming down or something.
Exactly. Huh? Rain seems to be intensifying just a bit in the last couple of moments.
Well, you said it was a 100% chance, so let's just have this little sprinkle and then call it a day.
I think it's 100% for the whole day.
Oh, that's not good.
Strike to John Birdie, fresh off the IL. He missed 22 games with a left groin strain. This is his first major league game since April 10th. Yankees got him in a three-way deal with the Marlins in Tampa Bay, where Ben Rortvedt was the biggest piece from the Yankees going to Tampa Bay. He's actually playing very well for the Rays. Did you bring your poncho, Paul?
No, I just sit in here in the booth. We're good to go. Unless it starts raining sideways, we're all right, huh?
Sometimes you get that. Two one. 2-2. You know, the Yankees won the first two games of this series, so another series when they're 8-2-1 for the season and 4-0-1 at home. They split that four-game set with Oakland. Otherwise, it'd be 5-0. There's a base hit over the leaping try of Torkelson, and it kicks off the side wall. Torres is going to third. Holding at first is Birdie. What a way to come back. First and third, one man out.
Yeah, a little knuckle shot, but Gleyber was not sure that he could go, and that's why Birdie had to kind of wait. He had to read Gleyber. This had been a sure double for him with his speed. But watch, Gleyber is not able to really pick this up. And now Birdie has to kind of follow Gleyber, and at that point, it's too late to go to second. Good news is you got first and third with one out off a great pitcher.
Here is Jose Trevino. Shows bunt. Low and outside 1-0. Trevino last 13 games, 15 hits and 39 at bats. That's .385. One and one.
Well, if you're Gleyber Torres, you know, if you're going to read that bunt, you got to make sure that you've got a good secondary lead at third base, because if he tries to push bunt that to get you in, as he showed the first pitch of the at bat, you've got to get a good break.
Now, if the batter is going to do that, does he signal the runner on third?
Not a lot of times, and it's not a signal usually. I mean, the safety squeeze obviously is, but not on. You're not getting a signal from the third base coach. This is something you look at the infield, you see where they are, you just think it might be an easy way to get a run off a tough pitcher.
Looks like they're getting a new rosin bag.
Where do you buy those, Michael? Where do you buy those? You just go to Walmart, pick up a rosin bag?
Those are Major League Baseball rosin bags, and they were hermetically sealed, too.
I saw that.
I guess you could get a rosin bag at a sporting goods store.
I mean, rosin is a solid like rock, and you pound it and beat it up, and you make it into a dust form. And, it only really does anything if you're wet today from the rain or really hot sweating.
You used to do that, the Gatorade buckets.
Yeah, that's right.
Pound it, beat it.
I was trying to make my own rosin.
Hey guys, you can purchase it apparently at Walmart.
Really?
Dick's Sporting Goods, Amazon.
All
those places.
I'll have some delivered then.
According to the internet.
Yeah.
I'll send them your way, Paul, just in case.
Now, Meredith, while the game's going on, were you just perusing Amazon? Is that why you have that information so quickly?
No, I looked it up.
All right.
Normal person.
All right.
Can you get it at Walmart? I wanted to make sure that if he tried to purchase it, he wouldn't be wasting his time.
He's probably headed there right after the game.
Team player, Michael. Come on.
You really are. Swing and a miss. Trevino down on strikes.
After getting ahead, went to the changeup out of the strike zone, and again, with the ability to save a run here. Good, nasty changeup from Skubal.
After every game that Skubal pitches, Paul, he takes notes on his phone, which I heard is the same thing Cy Young did.
Take notes on his phone?
Yes.
Yeah. Some things in life, like a rosin bag, never change.
Never change.
Notes on your cell phone.
And he said then when he goes into the bullpen session, good or bad, he rereads it and works on something.
That's a smartphone.
Yeah, smart guy. Hey Siri, what was that pitch to Judge?
It was 97-mile-an-hour fastball is what it was, but it ended up in the seats.
One and one on Cabrera. First start at first base. Line down the right field line. It's a fair ball into the corner. Torres scores. Birdie is going to stop at third. It's an RBI double for Cabrera's 19th ribby. 2-0 Yanks.
Impressive hitting, and he has done it all year, driving in big runs. And the Yankees actually got a bad break here because the ball bounced into the stands. Birdie, I think, would have scored easily. Breaking ball up in the strike zone, laced to right field, and then ends up off the top of the wall into the stands, which costs the Yankees a run. Got a happy fan, though.
Absolutely. Anthony Volpe takes low and inside. Hit one deep to the wall in right center. Run down by Vierling in the first inning.
This is an impressive inning from the bottom of the lineup for the Yankees. 3 hits in this inning.
Well, they've scored 2 runs in 2 innings against a guy who came in with a 1.72 ERA. Looking for more. Fly ball right field. Vierling makes the play, and that'll do it. But the Yankees get a run on 3 hits. They leave 2. All the way back to August 29th. That's the last time Schoolboy lost a game. And that game was against the Yankees. Blast by Glaber gave it a ride. And another home run as well. And that's the last time a loss was on the ledger of Schoolboy, and he is upset. He just read his lips. He said stupid. So like a pitch that he made.
Yeah, it's like a sequence or a pitch that he gave probably Cabrera, but he's throwing him a ball up and away as a righty. They usually try to tie him up, but that was a big hit for the Yankees. And like I said, I think it cost them a run by that ball ricocheting into the bleachers.
High pop up, middle of the diamond. Who's going to get it? Gleyber Torres. That was tough. All right, so Nestor brings up 5 strikeouts so far. The 5th Yankee strikeout brought to you by Audi and the 2024 Audi Q5. Visit your local Tri-State Audi dealer today.
Well, he's been efficient and he's been quick, going right after guys. Again, good fastballs up in the strike zone, getting swing and misses, and a good breaking ball to a lefty. So Nestor so far so good.
Now, speaking of quick, I saw this note today. It blew my mind. On this day, in 1922, construction of Yankee Stadium began.
I saw the same thing. Go ahead. Amazing.
284 days later, opening day, opened on time, April 18th, 1923. I see road work that takes 3 years now.
Unbelievable. I read that same thing and I couldn't believe. I looked at it like, wait a minute, it's 3 years and 235 days. It can't be that. But you're right.
I don't know how they did it.
Yeah.
And that was not a little ballpark.
No. There it is.
That was day 2.
Exactly. They worked overnight and got it done. It must have been the cars. See how fast
Look
those cars
at those
are?
cars. How great is that? Ibanez cranks one to left field. Going back is Verdugo, and he'll put it away for the final out. 1-2-3 inning for Nestor Cortez. We'll go to the bottom of the 3rd. The Yankees. Today's picture was submitted by the Yanata family from Haskell, New Jersey. They love watching the Yankees together and know that their grandpa is watching today too. Pretty cool. A family affair. Use the hashtag Toyota Pinstripe Pride. Mention yes in pictures you post to social media to reflect your love for the Bronx Bombers. We might spotlight you in a future game. Here's Juan Soto. Soto, Judge, and Stanton. Oh and 1. .26 walks, leads the American League. Guy behind him walks a lot as well.
The top 3 on the field today, Judge and then Green.
Two 2-0 Yankees. You know, we've watched him now for, 35 games, Paul. Does he remind you of anybody, Soto?
You know what? From a distance, I used to think, what is this guy all about? And, some of the antics, now it all makes sense because he has a reason why he's doing these things. And I appreciate him much more as a player watching him every single day, grind out at bats, big hits, great swings, not swinging the balls out of the strike zone. I'm more impressed by watching him every day than I was from a distance.
Well, he watched that called third strike as a word for Edwin Jimenez. Did not like the call.
Yeah, this is very close. From a lefty, a lot of times the outside corner when you open up a little bit, as you see Juan Soto did, it just looks like the ball is away, and it was borderline. Watch that front hip. You're starting to open up a little bit just to catch up to Skubal, because, you know, he's 97, 98. You got to kind of cheat a little bit as a lefty, and it makes that outside corner look a little bit farther away.
0-2.
They got away with one there. Aaron Judge, so we've talked about it, swinging better every single day. Home run first time up, and a hanging breaking ball there.
Did he go? Yes, he did, said Jim Wolf. And Judge can't believe it. No, I think he went.
You know what? His body went more than the bat. And, you know, that to me is just, that's not an attempt to really hit the ball.
Boy, I can't wait to get you in the corner on Tuesday.
See, his body rotated.
So did the bat, Paul.
I was hoping it was out of the screen so you couldn't prove me wrong.
I think that is the biggest 50-50 call in baseball. Yeah. I mean, everyone could go either way.
And and you know, you're calling it from a distance too. I mean, first base, third base. And who's to say that, you know, they're watching exactly to see if it's a check swing or not? That and the balk call, I think, are the most unscientific calls in baseball.
And down goes Stanton. Skubal was upset after the second inning, and he came back and struck out the side in the third. Official hospital of the New York Yankees, and this is about Nick Burdi. He begins his rehab assignment today with Double-A Somerset. 6 1/3 innings so far this year in 7 games, 2 hits. He looked great. 8 strikeouts, 5 walks. He's been dealing with right hip inflammation on the IL since April 19th. He'd be a nice addition to the bullpen. Another arm. Throws really hard.
Yeah, he does.
Now the Somerset Patriots. We mentioned this yesterday. My buddy, my co-host on my radio show, Don LaGreca, threw out the first pitch yesterday. Didn't bounce it, Paul.
It's no fun if you don't bounce it.
Fly ball right field. On the run is Soto. 1 away.
And Michael, just a quick note on that Somerset Patriots game. It's actually postponed due to rain.
No.
We'll have to check the Aaron Boone and see exactly
Here you are stating he threw a strike and it's postponed.
No, yesterday he did.
Oh, it was yesterday.
Yes. Nick Burdi's not going to pitch today, then. And some breaking news, Paul. Meredith Marakovich has been invited to throw out the first pitch at the Patriots game.
Nice.
Alongside Michael Kay.
Oh, that's right. We were talking about the double-barreled action.
It's hard for me to get a day off, though, Paul. You know that.
Your life is so wide open. You got windows everywhere, right?
He just wants me to go bounce it, Paul. That's what this is about. He wants to publicly embarrass me.
2-0 on Mark Canha. There's a strike, 2-1. He is really attacking the zone.
Yeah, there's nothing better, and especially on a day like this when you're out there in the drizzle and it's cool for a pitcher throwing strikes, working fast, getting you back into the dugout.
Wow. That's what thought that was strike 3. Turned his back on home plate.
Well, I think if you trust the box, it was strike 3 right there at the bottom of the strike zone.
High fly ball, left field. Verdugo toward the line and makes the play.
this is really nothing new. Throwing as many fastballs as he does, he gets a lot of fly balls. The only problem is the opponents are not really able to square him up where they get out of the ballpark. Just a lot of fly ball outs.
Here's Riley Green, struck out in the second. And a strike to Green. Green's riding a 7-game hitting streak. 11 for 27 during the streak. Count 1-1. Did you see the end? I see the Hialeah kid.
Yeah.
And it made me think of horse racing. Did you see the end of the Derby yesterday?
Well, I saw the final picture. Of
Unbelievable.
The tie, yeah. There's 3 jockeys at home thinking, what I could have done. One of them's really happy, and a couple of the other ones. And Lester went to the sidearm delivery, and feels like he's getting a little squeezed right now. He's hitting the plate all day.
After that maneuver, it's going to get a lot smaller.
Again, pretty good pitch.
I mean, he was walking to the foul line. And that ball, according to that box, was a little bit outside. And we saw yesterday with Blakeney, the guy just said he didn't swing. You're going to show up an umpire, you're going to end up paying for it somehow. They don't take too kindly to that. So Green works a walk. So now the crowd is against Jimenez as well. See, this is a good visit by Boone.
Yeah.
He wants to calm him down and maybe stay there until Jimenez comes to break it up.
Yeah, you got to realize, I mean, you're facing Struble, who, you knew was going to be a tough opponent. You've got a couple early runs. Now you really got to pitch to the point where you hold that lead, because you don't know, if you're going to get any more as a starting pitcher.
He didn't even wait for Jimenez to break it up. He just wanted to tell Nestor to calm down and concentrate on the batter.
Yeah, you got 2 outs. I know it's frustrating. He's missed a couple pitches in your eyes, but let's keep the game in hand and get out of this jam here.
And that's exactly what he did. Point taken. Out made. And we go to the bottom of the 4th, 2-0 Yanks. Audi vehicle, your local Tri-State Audi dealer today.
Well, we talked about Struble and how good he is. I mean, there's Juan Soto, strike 3. Aaron Judge, strike 3. Overpowering and a good changeup to Big G. So, like I said last inning, you don't know how many you're going to break out against a quality pitcher like this. So you're ahead early. Just keep battling, try to tack on, but realize that you got one of the game's best out on the hill.
Now, during the time we were away for commercials, they were fixing the mound. It's been coming down fairly steadily, so they put some of the drying agent on the mound.
Michael, I just got an interesting text
from who?
A good friend of mine,
okay.
John Tita. He's a musician, right?
Oh, I know John. Good guy.
And, it never occurred to me. There was only one thing in my mind that the rosin bag we had talked about was made for baseball, right?
Mm-hmm.
But there's another rod that they use on violin string.
Yep.
That's very important, too. So, cool fact.
Ballerinas use it. Now, when I was younger, I was a good ballet.
I'm just going to say I can't see you in the tutu.
You know what? You're right. I made it up. There's a strike to Verdugo. Verdugo grounded out to first. Just got nabbed barely on the 3-1 put out.
You see a lot of the hitters questioning calls in, I really think it goes back to, as a hitter, you usually get an immediate call, and there's a delay back there by Jimenez that sometimes you think, all right, ball, and then you hear strike, and it's because of the delay that it kind of confuses you as a hitter.
And down goes Verdugo, so 4 strikeouts in a row for Skubal. Boy, that little talk that he had with himself in the dugout.
Yeah. He called himself stupid.
Yep.
Next thing you know, he struck out 4 in a row, right?
Good talk.
Every once in a while, you have to have a talk with yourself, Michael.
Absolutely no lie, Paul. I'm walking before the game past where Meredith's sitting. 7 running conversation.
Who?
I looked to see if she had earbuds in. Nothing. And I said, "What's up?" She goes, "Just talking to myself." Is that true, Mer?
It's 100% true.
You know what?
I didn't know you were going to tell everybody.
That's another thing in life. Take yourself back 20 years. How many times do you sit at a light and look over, somebody's having a full conversation?
Right.
And you know they're on the cell phone, but they're just screaming and demonstrative, yelling. You don't see anything. Nobody else is in the car.
Well, she couldn't even fake the cell phone aspect. It was just a solid conversation. My wife does it a lot.
Paula just turned to him and said, "Yeah, I'm talking to myself. Keep it moving."
Wow.
Popped up on the right side. Who's going to get it? The guy with the bigger glove, Torkelson. 2-way. And here's John Birdie. First at bat off the IL. Just dunked a single over the head of Torkelson. So yesterday, the Yankees scored 5 runs in a 5-3 victory. 18th game scoring 5 or more runs. Only the Dodgers have more. Dodgers have done it 20 times. And it was the 22nd game that the Yankees allowed 3 runs or fewer. And that's the best of any team in baseball. The Dodgers are second with 21 such games. Swing and a miss.
Wow.
Skubal has found it. He is dealing. Has retired 7 in a row with 5 strikeouts. Day. Be sure to join us at Yankee Stadium as we celebrate the 70th anniversary of an icon. New Era cap, the official on-field cap of your New York Yankees. Now you look at the stadium. Now this is the stadium across the street from the one we talked about earlier, and they got that front so right. It's picture perfect compared to what opened in 1923. That front with the Yankee Stadium.
Yeah.
Great job.
Just sparkles when you drive up to the stadium on a nice sunny day, doesn't it?
1-1 on Torkelson. You know that first game in 1923, Babe hit a home run.
Of course he did. And I was reading a lot of things, and we've talked about Ty Cobb. We even saw it in the pregame. Some of the greats have played for both things. Ty Cobb and Babe Ruth kind of had a rivalry, and Ty Cobb didn't respect Babe Ruth because in that time, you know, they thought it was, you know, the home runs weren't that big of a thing. Ty Cobb obviously high average, stealing bases, things like that. So I thought it was really interesting that, you know, 2 of the game's greatest didn't really respect each other.
They had different games.
Yeah, totally.
You know that when Ty Cobb left baseball, now he was from Atlanta,
yes.
Georgia Peach. he invested a lot of money in a little company called Coca-Cola.
Coca-Cola.
He was like multi-millionaire.
I'm gonna up you one time on your story.
Okay.
So my Uncle Clark, who's with Coca-Cola, was one of his pallbearers. Became very close with Ty Cobb.
Really?
Yeah, through the Coca-Cola venture.
I mean, that would be like, you know, getting in on the ground floor of Apple or Amazon now.
I still like, and there's just something about Babe that's, his stories are more fun. You know?
Yeah. Yeah. Not too many people love Ty.
No.
Here's Javi Baez. And a strike. Baez, since 2023, the beginning of last season, has the 4th lowest batting average in baseball, 216. This is a big money player. He used to be a great player. And it seems like he's lost his skills.
I mean, he still catches the ball well, defensively good, sound, but, you know, you've talked about it, Michael. You touched on it, about the breaking ball away from a righty. You know, he's just waving at it. And if you take who has made the most outs, on base percentage included, in the past couple years, it's Baez. I think I saw a stat today, the disparity between his on base percentage and Soto's. Soto over 400 as usual. He could get on base like 180 straight times and still be behind Juan Soto.
Also, his on base percentage is 261 since the beginning of last year. Wow. And you almost feel sorry for the Tigers because, you know, they invested a lot of money. They said, let's really give a great player to our fans. And he's getting paid a high amount of money and has not produced at all since signing that free agent deal. Fly ball right field. On the run into the corner is Soto, and he makes the play for the final out. 4.5 innings. We're halfway through. 2-0 Yanks. The official airline of the New York Yankees, Delta, keep climbing. Well, they're coming out with more drying agent on the field as the rain continues to fall. Now, I've done some investigation, Paul, about the drying agent. It soaks up 10% of the moisture. So like most agents, it soaks up 10%.
10%, you're getting a good deal sometimes, right?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. What does the skin of the infield get like it with a constant rain? Is it slippery?
Not really, unless you get standing water, obviously. And you got metal spikes on. If you ever wear rubber spikes, you know, you go to metal spikes on a wet day, and you're still, you know, digging in, unless it just becomes mud. And, you know, this drying agent works to a certain point, and then it just, the 10% can't happen anymore.
It kind of gets cakey, too, right?
Yeah.
Well, Danny Cunningham's crew does a great job, as always. They really work. So 5 in the books for the Tigers with the Yankees leading. It's official at this point. Jose Trevino will lead off against Tarek Skubal.
Boy, Skubal, ever since that second run, has really become what we gave you in the pitcher scouting report. Just hard throwing, great changeup, good breaking ball, everything he has in his arsenal, way above average.
Grounded to Baez. 1 away. Hey, Thursday, don't miss a revealing new series that goes behind the numbers of iconic Yankees players like Don Mattingly, Tino Martinez, Andy Pettitte, and others. Watch the premiere episode of The Story of My Number, presented by the New York Lottery, Thursday at 9, following Yankees coverage on Yes and the Yes app. Aaron Boone is featured on the first episode. I actually have seen a preview copy of it. It's a really, really interesting show. Very well done. That's grounded up the middle. Base hit. off the bat of Oswaldo Cabrera, so he's 2 for 2. Series is hosted by Gracie Cashman, and new episodes will drop every Thursday on the Yes app. The first episode will premiere on Yes.
Second consecutive really good swing for Cabrera from the right side against a tough lefty. First time up, RBI, double, pitch away. That ball kind of inner half, drive it up the middle.
Here's Volpe, and he tries to push bunt, but it's foul.
I love the idea because, you know, defensively the ball gets wet, it's muddy. You know, you put a lot of pressure on the defense on days like this by trying to take extra bases, trying to make them make plays defensively.
Good changeup, 0-2.
Yeah, his arm speed has got to be really good with that changeup. I mean, earlier in the game, Aaron Judge's home run 97, a couple fastballs have been clocked at 98. Just makes that changeup that much better. And another one.
Two on Volpe. Saw Soto on deck. Foul ball between Torkelson and Chapman. Hits that ball well, but foul.
See Anthony Volpe wiping his helmet with the wristband. You don't want to wipe it with your batting glove because, you know, then it gets the water all over the batting glove. So you kind of use your forearms because the drip of the water from the helmet will what drives you crazy hitting in the rain.
Swing and a miss, chased the pitch up in the zone, 97 miles an hour. 2 outs. And that'll bring up Juan Soto, and congratulations to Juan Soto on being voted the Montefiore Einstein Player of the Week. He hit .364 in the games from April 24th through May 2nd. 3 home runs, 5 ribbies, an OPS of 1.191. Well earned. He's 0 for 2 today. Fouled away. They talk about on-base percentage comparing Soto and Javi Baez, Paul. Soto could make 503 outs in a row and still be ahead of Baez in on-base percentage.
Yeah, it's amazing. It really is.
I don't think he's planning to do that, but
no.
Baez is still a plus shortstop, that's for sure. But his hitting skill seems to have abandoned him. One and 2.
So that's the frustrating part if you're Juan Soto. Those last 2 pitches, exact same spot. 1 a strike, 1 a ball. And it becomes very confusing as a hitter.
Yes, he did go. Another strikeout for Skubal. And Soto looking down at Ryan Blakeney as if to say, really? 5 in the books. The Yankees lead this one 2-0 on Yes. Thank you so much, Bob. We take a look now at the Home Depot Getting It Done pitching matchup. We bring it around. from the beginning, and this is what's happened. Skubal, 5 innings, 5 hits, 2 runs, struck out 9, didn't walk a batter, hasn't walked a batter. Nestor Cortez, 5 innings, just 1 hit, has not allowed a run, 1 walk, which he didn't agree with, and 7 strikeouts. So it's turned into a duel of pretty good southpaws.
I mean, Nestor's been, again, really, really aggressive as far as going after hitters. 13 of 17 first pitch strikes, and it just goes to show you how important that is. Detroit, coming into the series, new offensively, not the strongest in the major leagues, but they're pitching very good. So if you get an early lead, you got to really hold on to it, and you got to look forward of what's going on in a close game. Clay Holmes, probably, I don't know, he might be available with the day off tomorrow, but pitching more than 1 inning might be on the shelf today. So you got to figure out what Aaron Boone's going to do when Nestor gets to that point.
And the pitch to Meadows is a strike.
For some reason, that picture of Aaron Boone over there, it doesn't look like May, does it?
No, it looks like he's about to manage the Iditarod.
I think this week we're gonna be it's getting warmer again.
Really?
Yeah. Just hoping the weather forecast is right.
Good off-speed breaking ball, 2-2.
Parker Meadows. Remember Austin Meadows? It's his younger brother. Kind of struggled offensively, obviously, this year, coming into the game, hitting 100. Well, again, Nestor, by getting ahead of young hitters and hitters that are struggling, it just makes it so much easier because, they get in that panic mode. They start swinging at pitches out of the strike zone, trying to force it.
Oh, 0-1 to Ibanez. 1-1. Two. 3-2. Grounded to third. Birdie. 2 away.
It's good to see John Birdie back in the lineup. You remember how much praise he got from a lot of the managers around the league, and especially Aaron Boone, how much he could help this team. He's got great speed, just a gritty kind of player, good defensive player. So good to see him back out there.
Ground ball to third. Tough hop, but Birdie stays with it. And another 1-2-3 inning for Nestor Cortez. He's retired 7 in a row to go to the bottom of the 6th. Over the moment, it's never ordinary at Bet365. By Buick, visit your local tri-state Buick dealers. And by the New York Lottery. Get out there and play. Look at young John Flaherty. Look at him.
Got a little hint of a mustache there with the Tiger.
Yep.
Remember, a guy that donned both uniforms in the same year, and how much he helped us was Big Cecil Fielder. What a trade that was, and it was so good. Last homestand we did an appearance, and Cecil was there, and it took literally 5 seconds before he had me in tears laughing.
He's a funny dude.
That kind of personality.
All right, it's time for Name That Yankee. This is an 8. Whoa, an 8. 1,519 hits, 198 home runs, and 1 All-Star appearance. So it's a Yankee in 2002 and a Tiger in 04 and 05. Modeled other unis as well.
I'm going to have to go back to the Expos because I didn't play with him because it's 2002.
You announced them, though.
Yeah.
93 to 2000 with the Expos. I'm gonna guess to the truck.
You got it.
I got it.
You know what? You got a bad poker face because as soon as you heard you got it, you jumped out of your chair. I thought you were going to hit the ceiling.
I mean, these things are challenges for me. They really are.
If we're playing poker, you get 3 aces. Are you jumping out of your chair? I'll never to bet you.
You know what? I'll jump out of the chair and I'll take what I can get. Here, you want to see the reaction in the?
Yeah. Look at me.
You're looking at me like he is weird.
Wow.
Now, if you can lip read, you saw. But I hope you didn't understand what I was saying. But I thought that was a pretty good pull. Let's do the answer now.
Go ahead, Michael. Do the answer.
This is Rondell White.
I had no chance on that one. That's good.
I thought that was a good pull.
Give me a high five on
Oh, right there.
I'm not impressed with this.
Look at James is impressed.
Very nice.
Aaron Judge leads off the bottom of the 6th. Swing and a miss against Skubal. Now I have to ask our producer, Troy Benjamin, did he get that to Aaron Boone before the game? No, so he didn't see that.
You go back to the first inning, and Aaron Judge with the home run the other way got them on the board, and then you thought, oh, you never know. Maybe Skubal's having an off day, scored another run in the 2nd. Well, it's been zeros ever since, and not even a lot of contact from the Yankee hitters.
So he's given up 2 runs in 5 innings, Paul, and his ERA jumped from 1.72 to 1.94 at this point. That one is crushed into right center field. That ball is going to be in the gap and up against the wall. Judge is going to lope into second with a leadoff double.
Well, it's so much fun when Aaron Judge is starting to turn the corner offensively. Home runs, doubles, using the other way. Sounded like it was off the end of the bat just a little bit. But Aaron Judge seems to be on every pitch now where he's not getting fooled. That front hip is staying in there just a little bit longer where he can just drive through the ball. Boy, when he's at his best, he is so consistent at his approach.
Oh, and 2. Swing and a miss. Stan has struck out 3 times against Skubal. 10 strikeouts for the lefty.
I mean, that's just good stuff and good pitching. I mean, you show a guy 97 and then you put him away with a good changeup in the same location at 87. It's just very hard to cover both those pitches as a hitter.
1-0 to Verdugo. Judge at second with 1 out. Yankees lead 2-0. Verdugo hitting .294 with runners on base so far this year. Ten strikeouts. It's the most against the Yankees this season. One and two.
You know, you start breaking down at bats about how many pitches you really get to see from Struble now that he's found his groove, and that was one of them right there. Kind of a hanging breaking ball out over the middle of the plate. Everything else, I mean, you're seeing swing and misses. It's because you're seeing great pitching.
Swing and a miss. Strikeout number 11 for Struble.
And you saw a fastball, then you saw a breaking ball, and he had a chance, and then a good changeup, which kind of goes against what they used to do. You were not supposed to throw lefties changeups from a lefty because it kind of tails back in. But I always thought that was kind of a silly thing because off speed is off speed.
Yeah, I thought the same thing as well. I never understood that.
It was just the path of the ball would end up where lefties want it. But, you know, if you're fooled by a changeup, I don't care if you want it there or not, you're not going to hit it. I remember facing Frank Viola for years, and I mean, he had one of the game's best changeups, and it was the scouting reports that he would not throw his changeup as much to lefties, and it was almost a relief because you know, that was his best pitch.
Sweet music. The 2-1. 2-2. So the Yankees with a run in the first on the Judge home run, then a run in the second on the Oswaldo Cabrera double, and that's it. Boy, has he gotten tough. 1, 2, 3 third, 1, 2, 3 fourth, a single in the fifth, and then this double in the sixth. He has really shut down the Yankees. And now 12 strikeouts, another 3 strikeout inning, and Judge's leadoff double is wasted.
Michael, that was 99 to add with that good changeup.
No runs a hit, 1 man left. He is really dealing, but the Yankees are leading. Keep climbing, and by Ford, the official SUV of the Yankees. 12 strikeouts for Struble. That is a career high. And when Judge hits the home run in the first inning, as Paul said, you're thinking, well, maybe it's a rare off day. Well, it has not been an off day. He's been brilliant, but good for the Yankees. This guy's been brilliant as well.
Yeah, he's been very good, and I think he realizes he's got a 2-run lead. Don't know if there's going to be many more out there, so you've got to just do what you can to keep them off the bases, keep the traffic down, continue to do what you're doing as far as getting ahead against these young pitchers and then getting them to swing at pitches outside the strike zone.
Now, with 12 strikeouts, a lot of pitchers have to be thrown. So, Struble is 96. I don't see anybody warming in the Tiger bullpen. You think they want to pitch the 7th?
You know what? It wouldn't surprise me that he would start the 7th because, you know, he's sharper now than he was earlier in the game. So he has not had a lot of stressful innings other than the first couple. But, you know, on a cold day and an organization that is based on pitching, you know, you don't want to overwork some of your young pitchers.
See Ian Hamilton about to throw. They'd love to get Cortez through the 7th. Here is Mark Canha. Canha 0 for 2. 8 strikeouts for Cortez with 1 walk. And there's a strike.
Yeah, it's an important inning for the Yankees, especially for Nestor Cortez, because Canha and Green hitting here back-to-back in this inning. 2 of your hotter hitters production-wise for the Tigers. If you can get through this, then you've got that bottom of the order coming up next inning that has struggled pretty much all year.
Will Vest warming up. One and 2. Canha, Green, Rogers. 3, 4, 5 in the Tigers' order. 2 and 2. Driven out to right field, going back to Soto. He turns to play it off the wall, and he does. And it holds Canha to a single.
Well, Canha, a veteran hitter, and he got a ball up. The ball just absolutely rocketed over Soto's head. No chance. Did a good job about not getting too close to the wall. Got a good carom. Kept Canha at first base.
Green fouls it back. Green's the dangerous bat in this lineup. Struck out and walked. He has a 7-game hitting streak. Has 8 home runs.
He pounded him in there. He has thrown him a lot of breaking balls, cutters and sliders. See if he goes back to that. And fastball away.
One and 2.
A really good time to change that arm angle. You know, he has gone back to the breaking ball and missed. Green was able to lay off.
Swing and a miss. Struck him out. 9th strikeout.
He's 17 of 21 first pitch strikes, and this allows hitters to get in a hole. You get a swing and a miss, even on a fastball that was kind of mislocated. But you see him pull his hands in. He was beat. Good job by Nestor.
Lined into right field. It's a base hit. Soto cuts it off, fires in. Canha moves to second. A single for Rogers. First and second with 1 man out in the 7th.
Well, you got through Green, and now Jake Rogers lines one, and then you see Aaron Boone. Got about as much as he's going to get out of Nestor. What a fine performance from him.
He's going to get a nice hand from this crowd, and he should. His afternoon is over, but what a performance.
Yankees in this position, and he was aggressive. He was great at keeping the ball away, up, in, cutters. Everything's working. Completely shut down. The Tigers line up today with 9 total strikeouts on the day.
Great performance by Nestor. First one out of the dugout, Marcus Stroman. And congratulations from his teammates. And now they turn it over to the bullpen. The bullpen's been so outstanding with the best ERA in the major leagues at 2.36. See Cortez line, the runners on base, his responsibility. 9 strikeouts and 1 walk. Tomorrow's an off day, as Paul mentioned earlier, so the Yankees could use the bullpen the way they like. Still uncertain whether or not Clay Holmes would be available after a 4-out save. See the Yankee bullpen and their ranks in the majors. Pretty good stuff.
Yeah, you look at Hamilton and what he did in Game 1. I think changed the whole complex of that game. I mean, he had a bases loaded jam. He got out. It got 2 big outs. Kept it at 1 run and allowed the Yankees to make that great finish in the bottom of the 9th inning. But you let that game get out of hand in the middle of the inning, you know, it's a totally different game. So Hamilton's been unbelievably good for the Yankees.
Rain continues to fall here at the stadium. It has been for most of the game. And once they opened the game in the inclement weather, there was a commitment to play through this sort of rain. Now, if it's a downpour, it's a different story, but enjoy some ice cream and settle in and get 9 innings.
Yeah, I think Detroit needs to get this game in, obviously. I mean, they knew what they were getting into. They're heading to Cleveland tomorrow. They don't have an off day as the Yankees do, so you know, the tough time of the schedule for them. Yankee Stadium and then to the Guardians in Cleveland have been playing great baseball.
One and one on Torkelson.
Boy, 2 fastballs. That one jamming, really setting up for a good breaking ball away off the plate. Try to get a swing and a miss.
Grounded and past the diving birdie and down the left field line. Canna scores. They'll hold Rogers at third. The throw behind, not in time. It's an RBI double for Torkelson, and now the Yankees lead by just 1. It's 2-1.
Yeah, he did go to the breaking ball, but it did not get away, and Torkelson was able to just hammer it down the line. Birdie, good effort, just no way to knock it down. You see this ball kind of backs up, trying to get a swing and a miss, and it just backed up on him and down the line. Kind of surprised, really, at this time of the game that you're not playing no doubles on the line to keep that from happening.
So now the Yankees bring the infield in. And here's Keith. Grabbed in foul territory. Jake Rogers was coming on contact, crosses the plate, he'll head back to third. Get a little chilly.
Little.
But it's got a little colder in the last inning or so, I think.
Yeah, I haven't figured this weather out. I keep telling you, what season are we in?
Well, today is not the season in the sun, Terry Jacks.
Now that's impressive.
Thank you. That's impressive. They are enjoying those cones.
Seasons, and that takes me all the way back to the roller skating rink. Huh?
Swing and a miss. 2-2. What a big batter in this game. Infield is in. Tying runs at third. Go ahead run at second base for the Tigers. Nestor Cortez, a very interested observer with Hamilton on the mound. 3-2. Colt Keith is 0 for 2. Strikeout and fly ball to center.
It's kind of a dangerous thing. Infield in here, you know, anything on the ground is kind of going to skip on this wet grass. So You're Hamilton. You're looking for the strikeout and not contact.
And he walks Keith, who's hitting 152 to load the bases. And Boone says, oh, okay, Baez is next, and he's been struggling. Yankees back up at short and second to try to get the double play.
Yeah, they'll trade a run for an out and hopefully be able to turn 2 for there.
Well, for the first time today, Paul, we could see standing water on the infield.
Yeah.
Just to the right of second base and right behind first base. So the constant rain finally accumulating to the point that there are puddles on the infield dirt.
And it's actually lighter rain now than it was a couple innings ago, but yeah, it just accumulates throughout the day. And you know, that diamond dry that they put out at some point just doesn't work anymore.
Now you would think 0-2 on this guy, the Slombio would be the pitch to go to.
Yeah, you want something definitely off the plate, away for a swing and a miss, but you got to be careful. You know, if you're Trevino, you make sure that you keep that ball in front of you. Anything in the dirt.
1-2 on Baez. Slow roller. They only get one, and the game is tied.
Well, he got the ground ball, but you're right, Mike. It was a slow roller, and Anthony Volpe didn't come up with it clean, so there was no chance to double up Baez. And it was the off speed away, but he got it off the end of the bat, and he just did not come up with it clean. Kind of comes up, got the one out, but it took away any possibility for that double play.
Well, they're sending up the pinch hitter Carpenter for Meadows, and Boone's going to go to the bullpen. So Nestor Cortez gets nothing out of this game except for a lower ERA. Ian Hamilton, 2-run score, 2 runners on, and they go to the pen. Victor Gonzalez. A month to the Tunnel to Towers Foundation at T2T.org. Most of the fans here at the stadium moved back to sit under some covering as it continues to rain. The grounds crew doing its job as best as it can on the infield and the area around home plate. Victor Gonzalez will come on. He's pitched well for the Yankees. Don't want to walk that many, but he has gotten out of jams, and this is a jam now, as Gonzalez is going to face the pinch hitter Kerry Carpenter. So Yankees coasting along at 2-0. Now it's 2-2. Go ahead run is at third. Another runner at first.
When you break down what the inning, I mean, you got the big out, kind of had a way to lead off the inning, but then Green, you got the big out there, and then Jake Rogers hitting 172, and Torkelson, who's been struggling, both come through with big hits for the Tigers.
So pinch hitting for Parker Meadows. Here is Carpenter against Victor Gonzalez, the lefty. Oh, that's a nice pick by Trevino. He saved the run, gets by him, then Torkelson scores.
Yeah, this just overthrown, and again with that dirt, it's wet. The ball's going to kind of skip, and good job by Trevino.
Two 2-0. Two-one on Carpenter. chop to Volpe. He'll take it himself, and that'll do it. So Gonzalez gets the job done. But 2 runs on 3 hits and 2 men left on base. At the end of 6.5, it's time for the 7th inning stretch. Yankees and the Tigers are tied at 2, but we're going to stay right here as they honor America in the Bronx.
Ladies and gentlemen, will you rise and remove your caps? And please direct your attention to the area behind home plate as the New York Yankees welcome an honored military guest. United States Army Specialist Gennaro Schiavo from the Bronx, who served in the Korean War. The Yankees say thank you for your sacrifice and service to our nation. And now, Robert Merrill's rendition of God Bless America.
God bless America, land that I love. Stand beside her and guide her. Throw the light with the light from above. From the mountains to the prairies, to the ocean, white with foam. God bless America, my home, sweet home. God bless America, my home, sweet home.
All right, fans.
6 innings. Torkelson 2 for 3. Nestor Cortez got it out into the 7th, and Aaron Judge a good day as well. Shelby Miller first out of the bullpen for the Tigers after a brilliant 6 innings for Tarek Skubal.
And we've talked and bragged about Detroit's bullpen, but as good as it is, I don't think anybody's as good as Skubal was after the 2nd inning. I mean, he was as good as it gets. So see how the swings go against the bullpen of the Tigers. That's a bit high.
A little bit. A little bit. One 1-0 on Birdie. Shelby Miller, a scoreless 8th inning on Friday. Signed a 1-year, $3.25 million deal in December with the Tigers. How about this? He had a 7.02 ERA from 2016 to 2022. Several teams. Then he joined the Dodgers last year, and his ERA was 1.71. And he walks John Birdie on 4 pitches. So 6 innings for Skubal without a walk. And then on 4 pitches, Miller walks the leadoff batter in the 7th.
Well, Birdie's got good speed, but this is one of those days that kind of negates what you could do as a base runner because the muddy field.
Some changes. So Vierling in center. Carpenter takes over for Vierling in right. One and one on Trevino. Andrew Chafin beginning to heat up. Birdie scampers back. Be interesting to see if he'd be willing to go. Missed 22 games with a left groin strain. But I'm sure if he's activated, they feel he's 100%.
Yeah, earlier in the game when he went first to third and that ball bounced out of the stadium, he was moving well.
There he goes. Going a beautiful hit and run. Birdie will go to third. Trevino with a base hit. First and third, nobody out.
Well, I was feeling that play so much. Put him in motion. Trevino, now that he's shown that he can throw a strike, put the ball in play, put the Yankees in a great position here. I mean, that is just quality baseball right there.
Quick trip to the mound. And Chris Fetter.
Michael, you got different ways of doing things, and that's what you love about the lineups. I mean, you got Aaron Judge, you got Rizzo, guys that can hit it in the seats. Now you got Birdie, guys that can run. Trevino can put the ball in play. I mean, it's just a different brand of baseball. But again, late in the game, if you can grab this lead back, good chance to seal the deal here.
That was A.J. Hinch that came out. So the manager came out, not the pitching coach, to set things up, and they decided the infield in.
Well, Cabrera's had a couple good at-bats, but they've been from the right side. Now he flips around to the left side. Whole left side of the infield pretty much open if he can push a ball the other way.
1-0 from Shelby Miller. There's a strike, 1-1. Now Ibanez is kind of holding Birdie on. And then skips over a bit when the pitch is delivered.
Try to keep him close. So
Cabrera's done a great job with runners in scoring position this year, hitting .324. Anthony Volpe on deck. Cabrera's 2 for 2 today. 2-2 game, bottom of the 7th. 3-1.
You look at the defensive alignment here. Yeah, the infielders kind of playing halfway, and I think that's why they're keeping Birdie close, where they would still have a play at the plate if it's not a hard hit ball for a double play.
3-2. Cabrera has 19 ribbies on the season, hitting .252. Struck him out. Big strikeout from Miller. 1 away. Now they could back up for the double play.
Well, by turning it around, he got a ball up and away out of the strike zone to swings under it. And that was a good pitch to hit the other way, but obviously not in the strike zone. If you're Anthony Volpe, anyway, you got to assume that that runner on third base with your bullpen could easily be the game-winning run. Whether you want to push bunt, fly ball, any way, you've got to score this run and give this bullpen an opportunity to close it out.
Birdie at third, Trevino's at first. Infield is halfway at short and second, maybe a little bit closer. One and one. They're kind of hedging their bet where if it's a hard ground ball, they will go for 2. If it's not as hard, then they're going to come home. 2-1. Well, this is the last batter you would think that Miller's going to face. With Soto coming up, would be Chafin coming in. Three and one on Volpe.
Boy, there was a hesitation there. That's a pitch that has been called today, and a good call from Volpe puts him in the driver's seat. 3-1.
And that's a walk to Volpe to load the bases. And here comes Hinch, and there goes Miller, and Chafin will come on to face Juan Soto. So the Yankees have the bases loaded. One man out. Soto against Chafin when we come back. When the Yankees take on the White Sox, it's Yankees hockey jersey night, and the first 18,000 guests in attendance are going to receive a Yankees hockey jersey courtesy of StubHub. Tickets are going fast, so get yours today, Yankees.com. Now, once the pitching change was made, all three Yankees jogged off the field as if there was going to be a rain delay.
No, I can understand that. A little team meeting, huh?
But they'd rather sit in the dugout than get rained on, and also the grounds crew is trying to make the field more playable. So Chafin is only now just beginning to warm up. This will be his 13th game. He has 13 strikeouts in 12 innings. Now against left-handed batters, lefties have just one hit and 14 at-bats against him with 7 strikeouts. But not all those lefties are Juan Soto.
No, and you know, Chafin, he's tough. He's a tough lefty. He's got a good breaking ball. If you're Juan Soto, you know, you got to be aggressive early in the count and not get to that point where you chase that ball off the plate away.
See what Soto does against lefties, 325. He's a lot like what you did, Chafin, is during your baseball career. He lives in an RV during the season.
Yeah, exactly.
So he doesn't have to scramble for short-term housing each year. I mean, this humidity is probably awful for his hair. So he says he's ready. Should be a fun matchup. Soto against Chafin. 2-2 game, bottom of the 7th. Talking with the crew chief, Alan Porter, who's the second base ump today. Trying to give the grounds crew time. Birdie's at third, Trevino's at second, and Volpe is over at first.
Well, I think if you're Aaron Boone, you can't ask for a better situation. You got Juan Soto with Aaron Judge on deck with bases loaded, an opportunity to take the lead late in the game.
He's telling Chafin, okay, you have to look at the batter. You have to establish eye contact. Bases loaded, 1 out. With runners in scoring position this year in 24 bats, .417 batting average. One and one. Soto's 0 for 3 with 2 strikeouts. He has not liked the strike zone of Edwin Jimenez today. Two and one.
Once in a while, when you step out of the box in a situation, you know that this pitch is so important. I mean, he does not want to go 3-1. This is a pitch you should be able to do something with.
And he does, rips it to right field. One man scores. Trevino scores. They're waving home Volpe. He scores. It's a bases clearing double for Juan Soto. 2.
I mean, just what a great situation. I mean, to look how one of the game's better players goes about it. Be patient, but then be aggressive. Patient to get to this count. Aggressive, knowing you're going to get something to hit, and just hammering it to right field. Runners in motion, a 3-run double. Big at bat for Juan Soto.
.28 ribbies on the season for Soto. Pitch the Judge outside.
Guy on deck likes it too. Let's start wheeling him in. 3-run double. Everything is so level, so compact, down through the ball. You would think, you know, that's nothing special, but that's against a lefty staying through it. He's quick enough to get to that ball inside.
3-0. And they walk Judge. That was Judge's 586th career walk. I don't know if you feel like you have company, Paul. He ties you for 23rd on the franchise list.
Really?
Next up, 2 more walks. Don Mattingly with 588.
Okay.
There's your bouncer at the 21 club.
He did it in a few years. He did it in a long time. You know? It seems like they're a little more careful to him than they were at the Caponite.
One and one on Stanton. Stanton struck out 3 times today. Back to the screen, 1 and 2. Well, Soto has settled in to be a big presence for the Yankees early. He has 4 go-ahead plate appearances in the 7th inning or later in the early going this year. That one is looped into center field. It is a base hit. Soto held up, and they're going to hold him up at third. So base hit for Stanton, who is now 9 for 27 with runners in scoring position.
Yeah, he's been doing a really good job to kind of open the doors to the whole field with runners in scoring position. This ball off the end of the bat, so Juan Soto has to kind of hold up to see if it hangs up. And again, keep the line moving, put the ball in play, even if you break your back. I'll take it.
Verdugo one knees it and fouls it back. Fly ball right field, foul.
Verdugo is arguing that he didn't make eye contact with him. It looked like Chafin was trying to speed things up to try to change the momentum of the inning. And he kind of quick pitched it.
With 70 plate appearances with the bases loaded, Verdugo has never had a grand slam. One and two. 2-2. Chapin got 2 big outs to end the 7th inning on Friday, but since coming in, bases clearing double to Soto, walk to Judge, a single to Stanton. Still 2-2. Rain really coming down as Torres awaits on deck.
Michael, when you throw up 3 in the 7th inning to take the lead, it's not raining. It's bright sunshine in their head right now.
Raining hits.
Yeah, exactly. That was pretty quick-witted, though. Like, that's pretty good, you know.
Just looking to impress you, Paul.
Yeah?
Yep, that's it.
Doesn't take much.
2-2. And that one hurts. By the way, Paul, how cool are those spikes? Those are New York City taxi spikes.
Well, bright yellow, huh?
And they've got the little checkerboard like a taxi.
Hope he doesn't have to buy the medallion that goes along with those taxis, huh? Those things are Those things are expensive, you know that?
Yeah. Oh, it's got the license plate. Doogie. Good job.
Wow.
Just stays alive with the foul ball.
This is one of the things that really Verdugo brought to this team is just the toughness at the plate, trying to put the ball in play, you know, make pitchers work. I mean, this is still a huge at bat. This game, obviously, they took a 3-run lead, but got an opportunity to really give some options to Aaron Boone if he could throw up a couple more on the scoreboard.
He's in survival mode right now, and so far surviving. Now, if you were allowed to, you know, do spikes like this, would you have done it?
I don't know. I'm so back into the day of everybody had to have, you know, the black and white spikes. I don't know. It seems odd to me, but, you know, it is a cool effect that, you know, you can bring a lot of things to the plate with you in the shoes you have on.
Yeah, that's more you.
Yeah. Kind of cool.
Tiger logo. I like it. The old English D. Those look like spats. Sharp. There you go.
The steel-toed umpire shoes.
Held up there as Rogers got hit with that foul ball. Everything's ready to go. Verdugo doesn't strike out that often. I don't want to announce or jinx him here, but he has a 13% whiff rate. That's the 4th lowest in the American League. He puts the ball in play. Really battled Chapin here. Bases loaded, 1 out, 3 runs in, 5-2 Yanks. Right back to Chapin. And he didn't throw to the right base. He held on, fake to third. If he had thrown to second, he probably would have gotten Judge.
You know, it's tough luck for Verdugo because he put on a battle up there. A jam shot up the middle, but still, that ball gets by Chafin. You probably score another run. Chafin a little confused why they do that, but you know what? It's such a quick reaction of what to do. What we got going here now, Michael? Getting a little wet?
Well, Alan Porter, right after that line drive back to the pitcher, ran toward the Tiger dugout. A.J. Hinch came out. Then Boone came out.
I think Verdugo actually slipped in the box, which is kind of a warning sign to the umpires that, you know, things are getting a little dicey here.
Yeah, they're calling for the grounds crew to try to fix the situation at second base. And A.J. Hinch is also going to go to the bullpen. So that'll do it for Chapin. Gleyber Torres coming up. Bases loaded, 2 outs, 3 runs in. Yankees lead 5-2. buying agent, it just becomes a puddle in a couple of minutes. So again, it's like they're climbing a grease pole here, trying the best that they can with all the tools at their disposal. But this is tough.
Yeah, it is, and it's because of the constant rain, and it's really not raining that hard. But, you know, like I said, Verdugo's last at bat, when he came out of the box, this is the first indication to an umpire that, hey, we might be having some trouble here. You see him slip, and the last thing you want to do is see an injury. But, you know, you got to play. You started with the intent of playing through it, and you basically have played through just kind of drizzle and light rain all day.
So Alex Lang, who's put together a really fine season, obviously too many walks, but 0.75 ERA, 2 for 2 in saves. This will be his 14th game. So the big blow in this inning, the bases loaded, bases clearing double by Juan Soto has been a machine in every which way, and particularly with runners in scoring position, and particularly against left-handers. He's just done the job any way you could do a job. He's done a more than credible job in right field, been a good teammate. He has been the guy that the Yankees pretty much assumed that they were acquiring when they made the trade with San Diego. And, you know, if you're a Yankee fan, you hope that this isn't just 1 year where you get to enjoy this, because he gets to be a free agent at the end of this season. But boy, is he special.
You know what? I mentioned to you in Houston in the first series how everybody was trying to emulate the way his approach is, you know, at the plate, and how people were really seeing what type of player was. And I asked you a question, and I said, do you think that his playing every single day, he played 162 last year, is going to rub off on people? And I don't know that you've noticed, I have. The lineup has been much more stable this year. Guys are playing every single day, and I don't know if it's just the effect of, you know, guys being healthy, guys wanting to play, or they see the way Juan Soto takes the field every day, so you feel almost like I want to do the same thing.
Yeah, there was a game where Boone took him out in the 7th inning, and he kind of joked that, you know, he had to convince him to come out. He doesn't want to miss innings. So he has 28 ribbies. Salvador Perez of the Royals leads the American League with 30. A good first month plus for Soto in the Bronx. Lang deals to Torres. There was a strike. Looked a little bit outside. And now he's hearing it from the Yankee dugout, the home plate umpire. Home plate umpire wants some new baseballs.
As does Lang on the mound. He just
keeps throwing them out.
Just keep chucking them out. One of them's got to work.
You just wonder, Paul. I don't think pitchers are as crafty. Joe Jordan was telling a story that David Wells got a ball with a scuff on it, kept it, threw it, and really hurt Girardi's finger.
Yeah.
Now if there's something, they throw it away rather than use it.
Anything talks to the. I mean, most of the time pitchers change balls. It's because you know, there's a little discrepancy. It can feel a little smaller, a little bigger, and, you know, you want to really feel the seams. But, yeah, if there's a scuff or a mark on a ball, you can make it do funny things.
Runners go 3-2. Skied the other way and out of play. Soto on third, Judge at second, Stanton is on first. The big three on the bases. They'll be going. And here's the payoff. Chop foul.
That's why you got to be careful. If you're Juan Soto, you sometimes you'll see guys run towards the dugout just in case the right-hander will pull the ball. This ball wasn't hit hard, but pretty much hit right at him.
Torres 1 for 3 today. He was the 12th and final strikeout victim of Skubal. 3-2. They'll do it again. Those are some hardy fans. This will be the 50th pitch of this half inning coming up. You saw the graphic previously. This half inning has taken over a half hour.
I didn't notice. Good things happen, though.
Oh, yeah.
Yankees put up a couple marks on the scoreboard.
3-2. Fly ball, right field. Carpenter back. Reaches up to make the play for the final out. Well, the Yankees take the lead. This man, that swing, that hit into the corner. 3 runs scored. Pumped up? Well, he is. 5-2 Yanks.
Realize he played with the Tigers.
I didn't realize his hair could be that long.
He had extensions back then.
You know what? He did end up having long hair when he went into quasi-retirement. Hyundai scoreboard 5-2. Yankees over the Tigers. Now the Yankees will go to Dennis Santana. Right now, the pitcher of record on the winning side is Victor Gonzalez. Came on to get the final out. Up to 7th inning.
You know, Michael, you go through the history of the Tigers. The most interesting, one of the most funny stories, and I know you've heard it, was Ernie Harwell. He was 42 seasons as the voice of the Tigers. We just kind of went through that. John Sterling was 36 years here. But how he got to the Tigers was an amazing thing. He started with Atlanta Crackers in the minors in 48. Well, the Brooklyn Dodgers announcer, who was Red Barber at the time, got sick. So Branch Rickey picked Harwell. They got a contract with the Atlanta team, and they traded a catcher to get an announcer. Never again in baseball that happened.
Little known fact, the Yankees have been trying to trade me for 20 years. Not a bite. Not a bite.
That's because you got a long-term deal.
Yeah, not a bite. Designated for assignment 4 times, nothing. Top of the order, Dennis Santana against Andy Ibanez. 5-2 Yankees. Yankees looking for a sweep. And there's a strike.
You know, it's always an old joke in the locker room is, you know, somebody gets traded. What will we trade you for? A bag of baseballs? But, I mean, could you imagine the catcher? Yeah, I got traded for an announcer.
Wow. McKinstry pinch hitting for Ibanez. You know what? No matter what they gave up, they got the better deal getting Ernie Harwell. One and 2. And down goes.
Good changeup. Good action down, away.
Well, you going to do it, Paul, or not?
What's that?
Build submarines?
I don't think I can do that. I don't know. It takes a little too much knowledge. Meredith, look that up on the internet for me. How do I build a submarine?
Well, you don't use a screen door, that's for sure.
No, that's a good point.
1-1 on Vierling. Ron Marinaccio is up for the Yankees in their pen. There's a base hit to left field. Vierling with a single. He's 1 for 4.
Well, that had that sound. That ball's running in on him. Pulls his hand out, and another slip in the box. It actually sounded like it cracked the bat.
So here's Mark Canha. Started that rally in the 7th inning against Ian Hamilton. Oh, that was actually against Nestor. Then Ian came in. So Canha's 1 for 3.
Trevino looked back, though. Where is that? A good slider on the outside part of the plate.
Since Brent Gardner.
Well, I mean, he's got great arm strength too, which I didn't realize. But you know, this ball, I think he lost off the bat a little bit, but not a good day for the ball to carry. Cold, rainy, windy. You're not going to get extra carry as a hitter. So to get a home run, you're really going to have to hit it.
Strike to Riley Green, who's 0 for 2 with a walk, 2 strikeouts. There's Marinaccio. Would lead you to believe that they don't want to use Holmes today. Oh, 1-2. There's the bullpen budget. Holmes had 15 pitches yesterday. You'd think he could go today, but he did pitch essentially 2 innings. Luke Weaver's not under consideration, and Ferguson would not be used either. Kind of like the bullpen budget music.
It's kind of cool.
Yeah, it makes you think.
I was grooving up there.
There it is.
Ask and you'll receive.
One, 2. And that got Trevino. Doubled over in pain. Kind of a look of resignation. I'm okay.
I'm okay. I've been through this before. It's part of the trade when you're a catcher.
Rough day for Riley Green. Great changeup by Santana. No runs ahead. 1 man left. Let's go to the bottom of the 8th. Yankees up by 3. Well, the Yankees win the game by a score of 5-2. Let's take a look at the Buick drive of the game.
Well, the drive of the game came early in the first inning. Aaron Judge, we talked about he's heating up. Well, he hit his 7th of the year to give them a 1-run lead.
All right, the Cadillac player of the game, Paul.
This was the fun at bat right here. Juan Soto, he's done it all year. 2-1 pitch, drilled down the line, 3-run double. which ended up being the game-winning runs. Another great game for Juan Soto.
Our abbreviated game called at the top of the 8th inning because of rain. 5-9-0 Yanks, 2-5-0 Tigers. Took 2 hours and 40 minutes. Gonzalez gets 1 out, gets the win. Dennis Santana's second save. Shelby Miller takes the loss. Hey, coming up on the Yes Network, stay tuned for the WB Mason postgame show with Bob Lorenz and John Flaherty. Special thanks to producer Troy Benjamin, director Dan Barr, Mike Webb, Jared Bosnack, and the executive producer of the Yes Network is Mr. John J. Filippelli. Join us again Tuesday as the Yankees take on the Houston Astros from Yankee Stadium in the Bronx. Coverage will begin at 6 on Yes, with first pitch coming just after 7. Again, the final score, Yankees 5, Tigers 2, with Paul O'Neill and Meredith Morakovitz on Michael K. saying see ya from Yankee Stadium in the Bronx. Now, let's go to Bob Lorenz and John Flaherty, who are standing by in our Yes Network studios with the WB Mason postgame show. Guys?
Hey everybody, it's great to have you with us on the WB Mason postgame. Bob Lorenz and John Flaherty with you. Yankees win in a rain-shortened game, 5-2, so it's a sweep. And as we get to your Hyundai opening comment, Yankees punched first, and then they punched back.
Yeah, Yankees taking care of business. And after that Baltimore series where they lost 3 out of 4, the bats kind of went silent. And then you think about the first game of the series against Detroit, 8 shutout innings, but they found a way in the 9th to come back and have that walk-off and take care of business the last couple of days. You take care of the 3-game sweep. Now you look forward to a night off and a day off tomorrow. Yankees with this stretch of 17 games in a row. They come out of it 10-7. Pitching staff and the bullpen in great shape. You feel good about the Houston Astros coming in, but I'm going to get back to it again. An off day at home for a player where you don't have to travel. You get to enjoy the full day. They deserve it after the stretch of 17 in a row.
Yeah, no doubt. Let's document how they got the win today. It's our game highlights brought to you by your local Ford stores. And you said find a way to get to Tariq Skubal early, and Aaron Judge did.
He might make a mistake early. He might make a mistake in the middle of the game. But when he does, you have to take advantage of it. And that's a fastball at 97. And the most important part of the thing about that, Bob, it was down. Aaron Judge just able to drop the barrel on that, drill into the right field. Yankees get out to an early lead.
And then they take advantage again next inning. Bottom of the second, singles from Torres and Birdie, and then Cabrera knocks one of them in.
And the bottom of the lineup getting it done. Judge with the big swing of the bat to get him on the board, but the bottom of the lineup manufacturing a run. Cabrera, again, runners in scoring position, comes through 2-0 Yankees.
At that point, both Nestor Cortez and Skubal lock it in. Parker Meadows gets a fastball, can't hit it. Top of the 5th, Spencer Torkelson, who has yet to hit a home run this season, by the way. All of a sudden, he's going to get a little taken off, a little change right there.
Yeah, it's not the cutter, it's not the fastball, it's a changeup, and you can see how off balance he was. Now we go to the bottom of the 7th, and Skubal, who is going to be featuring a great changeup of his own, gets Giancarlo Stanton way out in front.
Next hitter is Verdugo, gets another little change right there for the second out. And then finally, as he strikes out the side, Glaber can't catch up with a fastball. So Skubal's day was done after 6 innings. 6 hits, 2 runs, didn't walk a guy, and he struck out 12. In the meantime, the Tigers batters got it going a little bit against Nestor in the 7th with Marquetta leading off.
Yeah, veteran hitter getting to see Nestor a few times, and he just shortens up on his swing and flips it the other way. Nice job by Soto, giving himself enough room between the wall and the baseball to deliver a good throw to hold Canna to a single.
A couple batters later, Jake Rogers is the batter with 1 away, and he moves things along. Base hit to right field. Soto scoops it up, so now they're in business. They got runners at 1st and 2nd with 1 away.
And, you know, Ian Hamilton is going to come in as Nestor is just an observer there. Torkelson up at the plate, and Hamilton known for that Slombio that goes down and away. Well, that one doesn't go away. It just goes down, and it's drilled right down the left field line. Birdie a good bit, can't come up with it, and finally the Tigers are on the board.
And then Colt Keith walks, so that brought up Javi Baez. Double play gets the Yankees and Hamilton out of the inning. Well, they get the ground ball, but not the double play.
Yeah, it just hit too softly, and Volpe had a tough time coming up with it clean. So you're going to trade the out for the run and a tie ball game.
But here's where the Yankees punch back. In a tie game, bottom of the 7th, John Birdie's going to take off from first. This is beautiful.
It's just such a pretty play when it works out. Birdie on the move. Trevino able to put the ball in play. A perfect combination with speed and a hitter who can drive the ball the other way. Yankees set up for a big inning.
And then a few batters later, it's our turning point of the game, brought to you by Montefiore Einstein, the official hospital of the New York Yankees, as Juan Soto steps into the box.
Facing Chafin, who is tough on left-handers. I think they only had one hit coming in. Well, now that's going to be two, as that fastball down and in right into the happy zone for Juan Soto. Drills it into right field. Trevino's going to score. Volpe, with all of his speed on first base, he scores easily, and Juan Soto gets an opportunity to celebrate in front of the Yankee fans.
And the Yankees, as you said, finish up a 3-game sweep. That's because the rains came. Rain delay of about 56 minutes, and they officially called the game for a 5-2 Yankees win. Nestor Cortez, 6 1/3 innings, just 2 runs allowed, and Juan Soto, that big go-ahead 3-run double in the 7th. Flash and I will take a quick break. When we come back, stick around. You're going to want to hear from Aaron Boone about the latest victory for the Yanks, 5-2 over the Tigers.
The Yankees postgame show on Yes is presented.
You know, I know even Allen came in and was like, it's pretty bad, like the puddles and stuff. The ground ball hit to Volpe was kind of in and around a puddle, you know, so watching guys move down the line, it was rough, bless you. Yeah, it was not great.
You mentioned that 7th inning, Juan Soto once again coming up big for you guys. What do you think makes him so good in those situations?
I mean, I think in any situation, but he's about as good as it gets. So, but I think there's no question, like, he loved being in that moment, in that situation. You know, Chafin's a really tough lefty, obviously. Just got himself into a good count, and that's who he is as a hitter then. You know, he's got that ability to do that, but you know, I don't know if there's another level of focus because it feels like every at bat he takes is that battle, but you know, that's who he is.
What'd you think of Nestor today?
And I thought Nestor was really good. You know, probably not his best fastball, but I thought he was really sharp. You know, he had command. I thought the fastball improved as we went. The cutter, sweeper, threw a couple really good changeups in there too, even. So, yeah, good start.
Susan.
Just to be clear, the tarp was on the field because it was unplayable, not because there was rain coming.
Correct.
Okay, was there ever a chance that you were going to start this again?
I didn't think so, but, you know, I didn't get the word until 10 minutes ago, so.
Zach.
How big was this weekend? You know, against a team that obviously pitches well and was playing well. I think they'd won 4 straight series.
Yeah.
And you're coming off the Orioles. How significant was it, especially with what some of the things you guys did offensively?
Yeah, I mean, look, wins are precious in this league, and anytime you can sweep a club, you know, especially, you know, like you said, a team that came in playing really well and that pitches as well as they do, and they got their ace going today, who you know is going to be a load. Yeah, it's really good to you know, shake hands 3 times into an off day. You know, it does a lot for the soul. But you know, any time of year, wins are precious, and to be able to sweep a team is great.
Dave.
Yeah, and we talk about Soto's like mastery of the strike zone and how tight he watches that, but on that double, it looked like there was a pitch that was below the strike zone, but it was one that he felt he could do damage with, so he wanted to kind of get the job done there. Do you kind of see him just being in attack mode in some of those situations too?
I don't know. He just felt so in control in that at bat to me. I mean, he does a lot, of course, but the whole at bat, I just felt like he was in command. I think he missed below the zone twice, probably a borderline at the knees on one. So I believe it was a 2-1 count, and then just a great swing where he's in the strike zone with his barrel for so long off again a tough lefty in that situation. So just a really good swing in that spot.
Chris.
I know we ask you at least once a series, but do you feel like Judge's timing is where you guys want it to be?
Look, I thought he swung the bat great today. I thought last night, you know, after a couple hits, I think the bat he struck out I thought he got a lot of really good swings off where, man, he looked in control of the at-bat, just, happened to miss a pitch. But I, so I do feel like he's looking, looking better to me. But, he's still working to get all the way there.
Here, Peter and Michelle.
Just what was kind of your reaction to Judge hitting a home run in his first at-bat after yesterday?
It was good to see. Obviously, again, with Skubal going, it's going to be a challenge. So every run is precious, and every time you can, dent the scoreboard, and we were able to get to him a little bit early, had a chance to even get another one there, but weren't able to finish off a really good rally there where Cabrera did a good job punching the ball down the right field line. So it was a great way to start the
of Ian today.
Get to that point to where, man, it's Ian, where it's command of the two and four seam, and then the Salambio, like still just not all the way when he's really locked in and going. But that's also partly the conditions too. I think everyone that came in, it was a challenge, their side included, for our guys, just dealing with the conditions, a little bit tough. So, he's still working through it a little bit. Got a big out, probably got a double play ball on a normal day, but, weather didn't really permit it to happen today. So, not his best, but he's getting there.
That was actually part of my follow-up question. Did you think that weather played hugely into the pitching on both sides?
I think it was becoming an issue there late, yes.
Thanks for watching Yankees Encore on Yes.